Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, July 2nd, and I'm your host, Kristen McDonald. It is great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. Severe heat and humidity hit Norwood this week during a historic heat wave. Let's see how the town is braving the weather. Erin Crowley brings us the story.
Norwood is reporting record-breaking temperatures at the end of June. A National Weather Service heat advisory remains in effect this week as temperatures top 90 degrees across the state. The rec department is taking extra steps to keep kids cool at summer play camp.
So we definitely had added more, we call it like shade time and water time. So every 30 minutes or so we'll have all the campers come into the shade, which is over here by the trees, and we'll make sure they're drinking water. We have 2 hours of pool time here at Father Max, which is wonderful. So the kids are basically in the pool that whole time, so get to really cool off then. But yeah, it's definitely been a hot one, but it's been fun.
Very hot, but at least we get 2 hours in the pool every day. So we have more time to cool off, and we have a group game always, and so we have to keep a lot of sunscreen on because we don't want to get sunburn.
And on those really hot days, the best way to cool down is with an ice cream. Daddy's Dairy, located on Central Street, has the scoop.
So the hot season is definitely our busiest season. So we're prepared, we have great staff, and the community's been great as well. So we're prepared for it.
You can beat the heat by staying hydrated, using sunblock, and limiting outdoor activity. Take the time to learn the signs and symptoms of heat strokes and heat exhaustion, and as always, call 911 with any medical emergency. For Norwood Community Media, I'm Erin Crowley.
Thanks, Erin. Hopefully things cool down for the 4th of July parade. We hope to see you there. NCM's coverage will begin at 10 a.m. Thank you to Norwood's 4th of July committee for putting together a spectacular lineup. We are so grateful to have the parade back this summer. Late last week, the Norwood Fire Department received a call that there was a fire at the Bond Street playground. Upon arrival, the firefighters saw the porta potty was engulfed in flames. The fire was put out, but not before extensive damage was done to the playground. Travis Farley, Rec Superintendent, explains.
Hi Norwood, Travis Farley here at our tot lot on Bond Street. Just to give everyone an update on the events that happened last week. On Thursday the 24th, we unfortunately did have a porta potty burned down. The police are still looking into whether it was vandalism or an act of God, but we're leaning towards vandalism, unfortunately. As you can see, we did have our fence damaged, we had our bench damaged, we had our poor rubber damaged, which is unfortunate because we just put that surface in about a year ago. We have really tried to improve this playground as much as we can, and obviously this is a little disheartening when things like this happen. We do try to have porta potties at all of our playgrounds, parks, and it's something we like to give to the residents as a restroom alternative for any time they're at the playgrounds or parks, and it's something we like to continue to do. So if anybody has any information, see anything, heard anything, please call the police department. We are still looking into this to figure out who may have done it or how it might have happened. A huge shout out to the fire department who are here as quick as they can, but unfortunately the damage was so bad, and we're obviously just disappointed about the whole situation. So if you need anything, if you hear anything, see anything, please don't hesitate to call the police department. But thank you, Norwood. We hope you enjoy our playgrounds this summer, and hopefully this is just a minor setback.
Thanks, Travis. We hope whoever committed this act comes forward. We'll be right back with more town news.
I'm a dad and a pastor.
I'm a mom and a principal.
I am a daughter,
Wife and machu.
Great-grandfather.
I'm a rock climber.
My husband, a father, and a grandfather.
I'm a mother, a daughter, a wife, and a cousin.
I got vaccinated for my parents.
Because I want to be a good neighbor.
For safety and for the people I love.
For my family, for my community, and for our community at large.
કારણ કે મારી ઈચ્છા હતી કે મારા બાળક બીજા બાળક સાથે રમી શકે.
I got vaccinated so I didn't have to wear a mask.
For my family and for my community, your community.
We all come from different backgrounds
and speak different languages.
But we all agree on one thing.
Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
Getting vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
Vaccination cardio.
To protect yourself and others, get vaccinated. To find out more information and to find a clinic, go to mass.gov/COVID vaccine.
Welcome back. The library is an incredible town resource with things to do for all ages. Here's what you can expect this month at the library.
Greetings from the Morrow Memorial Library, Norwood's public library for everyone. I'm Clayton Cheever, your library director, and I'd like to tell you about a few things happening here at the library this July. Summer Reading Bingo is back. It's open to everyone, high school age and older. Readers Bingo is a game with awesome prizes donated by local sponsors. The game board's a simple 4x4 grid. Complete a row to win an entry in the raffle for the prizes. Completed sheets have to be returned before the library closes on Friday, September 10th. Stop by the library to get your sheet or download it from our website. Just go to the events menu where you'll find a link to Summer Reading Bingo. If you're looking for something fun to do with kids this summer, the library is a great place to be. We're also excited to be getting out into the community with another round of pop-up libraries. Get outside and join us with our traveling library of kids' books at different Norwood public schools this summer. Every Wednesday, the pop-up library will be available for kids and families to browse and check out books from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Grab your library cards and meet us on the road. We'll be at the Oldham on July 7th, the Cleveland on the 14th, the Balch on the 21st, and Father Max on the 28th. On those days when getting out of the library or visiting us at a pop-up event isn't possible, there is so much available online from our website at norwoodlibrary.org. One of my favorite digital resources is called Hoopla. Now you may have found it, Hoopla, before when you were looking for an ebook or a digital audiobook. Did you know you can use Hoopla to stream tons of music and video too? It also has a fabulous comic and graphic novel collection. The last thing I want to highlight right now are a few of the hundreds of new books which we've recently added to our collection. Everyone who loves dinosaurs needs to check out the Dinosaur Awards, written by Barbara Taylor and illustrated by Stephen Collins. This incredible compendium celebrates 50 of the most dynamic dinosaurs and their dazzling talents and skills. Britta Teckentrup created the beautiful new book, Kindness Grows. Angry words can ruin friendships, but a gesture as simple as a smile can help kindness bloom. The construction of this book, with ever-enlarging cutouts on every page that illustrate the growth of a flowering tree from a mere sapling, are a great way to appreciate how to nurture the kind world we all want to live in. Now, after a year and a half at home, a lot of us really want to get away and do some traveling. We just added 4 books that I think will really be attractive to a lot of people. You can learn about places nearby in A People's Guide to Greater Boston. You can head north with the New Moon Guide to Maine. You can check out Fodor's Travel Guide to Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. And I personally recommend doing some coastal touring with our 4th edition of the Lighthouse Handbook for New England and the Canadian Maritimes. This has been a Morrow Moment. From everyone here at the library, I wish you and yours a very happy July.
Thanks, Clayton. For a full list of library events, be sure to check out the library website. Last weekend, you may have noticed that the center of town was decorated for Christmas. Norwood is a popular spot for filmmakers and producers since it has such a small-town New England charm. Board of Selectmen Chair Tom Maloney tells us about the production process.
We've had a number of film producers come to town to produce films here in Norwood, or parts of films here in Norwood. Most recently, a film called About Fate, starring Emma Roberts, just this past weekend. So we've been getting pretty popular with filmmakers and people who make TV commercials or scenes from TV shows. So if a production company does want to come to Norwood to shoot on public property, you would start by going to the general manager's office. Start with Mr. Mizuko. You will need to come to the Board of Selectmen to get a permit if you want to shoot on, say, the town common, which has been very popular, or any other town-owned property. But start with Tony Mizuko's office there. It'll come up to the Board of Selectmen. We'll get you what you need, and you'll be on your way.
Thanks, Tom. We can't wait to see what else is on the lineup. And how can I get to these auditions? Now we'll toss it over to Brian Dunn for this week's sports update.
Hello and welcome into the sports update for this week. My name is Brian Dunn and the summer sports season is here as we wrap up the Babe Ruth baseball season. The Mets and Cubs square off, two teams either 500 or below making some miraculous runs to the championship series. Game 1 goes to the Mets, but Game 2 was all Cubs. Mikey Moynihan had a fantastic game to aid the Cubs in a 10-3 victory over at the Willett Field to force a Game 3. Unfortunately, Game 3 was halted in the third inning due to a storm earlier this week, and we will declare a winner at a later date. In NHS news, girls basketball star Megan Olbrys made her official decision to play college basketball for the Villanova Wildcats after Norwood High. In a statement she put out on Twitter earlier this week, Megan says, quote, "First off, I want to thank all my family, friends, past and current coaches, and teammates who have supported me throughout this journey and made this possible. I also want to thank all the coaches that have taken the time to recruit me throughout this process, especially Coach Dillon and the rest of the staff for giving me this opportunity. With that being said, I am truly blessed to announce my commitment to continue my academic and athletic career at Villanova. I can't wait to be a Wildcat. #NovaNation. Congratulations, Megan. We know you will represent the Mustangs well. Checking in on some alumni this week, Jared Shea, former golf captain, is making noise in the junior amateur ranks. Shea competed in the 2021 Junior Amateur Qualifier at Milton Hoosier Club and shot a 4 over 74. Jared will now compete in the Junior Amateur Championship at Indian Pond Country Club in Kingston starting August 2nd. Go make us proud, Jared. And that's going to do it for sports this week. Tune in to NTM on social media for updates on any summer sports coverage for the rest of the way. I'll see you next week. Kristen, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. Town Hall is creating a digital portal for residents. With this tool, you can access important documents online. At Monday night's planning board meeting, town planner Paul Halkiotis shared details of the technology initiative coming to town.
One of the things that we've been working on for over a year that I haven't said a word about is that we are one of several departments in the town that are going to be going live with an online permitting process. It's called ENVGOV, and it is going to be a new way for town residents, for our applicants, our customers to handle all of their business with the town online. And so this is something that we were working months ago with the consultants on developing custom software just for us, just for our department and how we operate. Along with us, the building department, the Board of Health, the Selectmen's office, a number of different departments within our department, the Board of Appeals, the Conservation Commission, we all have developed custom software with these consultants that mirror the permitting process that we follow here.
Earlier in the meeting, the board continued a public hearing for developers creating a subdivision of single-unit homes on Union Street. The board voted to continue the hearing remotely on July 26th. Applicants for a special permit on Cottage Street did not appear for the scheduled public hearing. The board voted to send a letter to the applicant to outline next steps in the process. Representation for Clay Subaru discussed landscape plans with the board. The group saw colorful discussion and both parties agreed to meet on the ground at Clay Subaru to choose where to plant trees. Debbie Homewood explains the importance of such diligence.
Could we compromise here and try it with Mr. Halkiotis and Mr. Smith? And it's not Paul. I mean, I think you're kind of getting the flavor of the board. We're really trying to stand up for what we stood in front of town meeting and they did 9 years of work on and say, this time we're going to make it better.
Norwood will welcome a new skincare center to town as their signage was approved by the board. The board meets next on July 12th. The Board of Selectmen met Tuesday night with the Independence Day Committee to discuss the upcoming 4th of July parade, which will be held on Saturday, July 3rd at 10 a.m. The board then met with the Sustainability Commission, who presented their Sustainability Action Plan, which will prepare Norwood for the future. The Board of Selectmen will meet again next Tuesday. The Saint Street Park Community Planning Group hosted another public forum Tuesday night. This proposed Riverwalk Park is located in South Norwood. The wooded area is nestled behind the Saint Streets, St. Paul, St. Joseph, and St. John, and borders Elliott Park at the Balch School. On this 5-acre plot of land, the Hawes Brook runs into the Neponset River. The project landscape architect, Hannah Carlson, presented 2 plan options, the stroll and the park. The Conservation Commission invites all to participate in the Google form to provide feedback on both plans. In July, the group will select its final design for the park. Once a plan is selected, the park will advance to the next project planning stages, where things like funding and preparation for town meeting approval can be discussed. To learn more about the proposed plans, check out the full meeting in our video on-demand library. Wednesday night, the Airport Commission met and began their meeting with an update from Jeff Adler of Du Bois & King. Immediately following the update, Airport Commissioner Mike Sheehan made some comments about the ongoing issue of people logging into the meeting under false names.
As you've probably been watching the screen, we have these juvenile cowards who continue to put things up. Fire Sheehan, Fire McGuire, McGuire's Top Gun. I know it's virtual. Is there? Can we just remove them if they're not going to either stay on as caller one or stay on as their name? Because I'm not going to continue to subject myself to this juvenile behavior. And if we can't, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn and have a motion and schedule a meeting that is in person. Obviously, someone just went on. Shan is a coward. This juvenile, unprofessional, cowardly behavior. I'm tired of it, and I think everyone else is. So my question is, Mina, can we remove those people under the law? And if not, then, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn and ask that the meeting be rescheduled, and that now that COVID has lifted, have it a live meeting, and these cowards can show up and attempt to play their juvenile games.
Nina McMarius, your thought on that, please?
Sure. Mr. Sheehan, I wouldn't recommend removing someone if they're silently putting up a name like that. I think they may have a right to do at least that. Whether that's an appropriate thing to do, I agree with you that it's not an appropriate thing to do, but they do have a right to do that. However, the disruptive nature of it in terms of the sound and not staying on mute is an issue, and if that continues, that's the equivalent of talking out of order over and over at a meeting and could be removed in person or not. So if they're not going to mute themselves, I do think they could be removed if it's continuing to disrupt the meeting. However, just a name, while I agree with you that it's inappropriate, is not a basis for removing it.
After a brief discussion, the Commission voted to extend the FY21 permits for 30 days until their next meeting. The Airport Commission will meet again in July. The Conservation Commission met in hybrid format at the Senior Center. Members addressed a few long-term agenda items. The two public hearings appeared to discuss potential revisions to the Wetlands Act. Discussion later turned to the fee schedule and conservation land use. General concerns include the use of land drones and accumulation of trash. Commissioner Stephen Washburn noted that he doesn't want to create too many restrictions.
I don't see any harm in wanting to be informed about someone's intent to have a gathering or an event, but I don't like the idea of collecting a fee. I don't like the idea of restricting access to the site during the event to others. I think that, again, being informed to be able to let someone else know that calls, like a perfect example like you provided. Oh, just an FYI, you can feel free to use the space, but we did get notified of a child's birthday party or something that will be taking place. If that affects your decision or planning at all, maybe, maybe not. But I would be very hesitant to look at charging people money, because I think with that, I would have the expectation if I'm paying any amount of money to use a space that it's going to be exclusive access to that space. Now you're going to have people on the site arguing with potential people that have no idea what's going on, trying to say that they have exclusive use. I don't like it at all.
The Conservation Commission will meet again in 2 weeks. For complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government Channel or watch on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org. Stay tuned after this break for more town news.
The Ecumenical Community Food Pantry of Norwood is a local volunteer organization that serves families in Norwood and the surrounding towns. Founded in 1989, serving just 6 clients, the pantry has grown to now serving over 350 families. Located at 150 Chapel Street in Norwood, the entrance to the pantry is at the back of the Grace Episcopal Church. The pantry hours are from 9 a.m. to 11:40 a.m. on Saturday mornings. For more information about the Norwood Food Pantry or how to donate or volunteer, visit www.norwoodpantry.org.
Welcome back. On June 24th, a condo tower in Miami collapsed overnight. The catastrophic damage took the lives of 18 people, and over 100 people are still missing. Residents on Cottage Street found a unique way to raise money for additional search and rescue resources in Miami.
Well, they decided that they wanted to sell lemonade and give all the proceeds to the Surfside Relief Fund in Florida. You know, there's a lot of volunteers there, so they'll use that money for that. And the people that are homeless, I don't know how many there are because there's so many that had died. But yeah, it was all Juliana's idea. Her parents were down there last week, and you know, we saw it in the news.
Grandmother Paula is so appreciative of the Norwood community and its generosity.
Young kids, everybody has just, you know, some want lemonade, some don't, but they very, very generous. It's a great community, really it is. The police came, the firefighters came, they have pictures with them. It's just the outpouring from so many people. It's been great.
Even Juliana, who had the idea for the lemonade stand, grasped the importance of this cause.
Yesterday we sent $600 down. And what did you say yesterday when you were, you know, people were coming to buy and it made what feel so good? Her heart. She kept saying yesterday to me, it makes my heart feel so good that everybody's giving us this money.
Such an awesome act of generosity. So great to see. If you want to help, several foundations in Miami are building a hardship fund for survivors. You can visit supportsurfside.org to learn more about how to donate. Last weekend, Day Street was packed with the runners for the 0K road race, and by the time I finished the sentence, the race would have already been over. This creative fundraiser is put on by the Norwood Legion baseball team to help with their expenses throughout the season.
The 0K road race was our fundraiser for American Legion Baseball. It funds the entire team, and we don't charge our kids to play baseball, so we really have to get the funds to put uniforms and hats on them and pay for umpires and insurance. So we're not all athletes, so we came up with a 0K concept where everybody shows up, they check in, they get their numbers for the race, and pretty much we start the race and we go in and have some adult beverages. So great afternoon.
I feel great. I mean, especially after everything that's gone over the last couple of years. I mean, whether it was the pandemic or just not people getting out, I think it's good to see how many people still support the program. I mean, guys that I played with, people who are older, younger, I mean, everyone's out today, so it really shows you what Norwood's all about, and it's all about the community, so it's been good.
This is one race I might actually be able to win. Despite the heat, the library hosted their weekly PopUp Library at the Prescott School. For more on this and upcoming pop-ups, we go to children's librarian Kate Teague.
Hi everybody, it's Miss Kate from the Morrill Memorial Library. I am here at the Pop-Up Library at the Prescott School this week. We are doing Pop-Up Library every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at different schools and locations around Norwood. Next week on July 7th, we're going to be at the Oldham School, and on Wednesday, July 14th, you can catch us at the Cleveland. So we hope to see you soon. Come by with your library card and you can pick out some awesome books. Thank you so much, friends. We'll see you soon at the library or on the road. Bye.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. A reminder to residents that NCM will be broadcasting this year's Independence Day Parade live on the Community Channel. The parade will begin at 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Happy 4th, everyone, and have a great weekend.